Hello everybody, this is Jennifer at Creative Art Spark. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for any comments that you might make. If you haven't subscribed but you like what you see, hopefully you'll consider subscribing. So today I just want to do a couple of quick flip throughs. I've been really busy. I had a bunch of cards to make for church, and I've done a couple of other things, and I've finished up some things that have been in the sidelines for quite a while. So just wanted to kind of go over some things and show you. So this first thing, this is a book cover die by Eileen Hull. And what I did, I tore up lots of little book pages and decoupaged them on, and then I sealed it with Mod Podge glitter. Oh, that stuff is so pretty. Can you see that shine? I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but it really shines, and it's not sticky like most Mod Podge. So what I did, I tore up papers, I inked them, inked the edges. I have not filled it yet with a book, and I'm still deciding if I'm going to do anything on the inside of this other than the paper that's on there. So I put that back on there. I had some really cute little buttons that I got off of Amazon, little butterfly buttons, and so I tied one on the front tie, and then I hung two with wild pink elastic that I had a little scrap of. I tied them on the spine, and so I'll get that filled eventually, get this filled with some books, and either start writing in it or give it away, maybe even sell it, who knows. So there's that that's finished. It's just been sitting over there, hasn't been strung or anything. So the next thing will be to fill it with little books. The next thing that I did, how many of y'all have ever worked with craft text, excuse me. I have not. So I ordered some from my favorite little shop, Scrappy Shack, over in Saltina Coochie, Georgia. I ordered some craft text. They have a code for me over there now. It's Special Order Jennifer. It's SOJ, Special Order Jennifer, because I keep coming up with these things that they have to special order for me. But they ordered me this great old big roll of craft text. So I wanted to just try it out. I had no clue how it would do. Well, I've got this cute little tiny book die from Eileen Hull, and I thought, well, let me cut out enough to cut through. Now you can see what the craft text looks like here. It's just gray, okay? It's floopy, it'll bend. You can wash it. You can sew on it, but it'll leave some really big holes if you do sew on it. You can paint it. You can do all kinds of things. So I took my Tim Holtz inks and I did some ink blending. And I liked that. You see how it turned out back here. So I had it spread open like this after I cut y'all, the best thing about cutting through this, see my score lines? It didn't cut through them. I loved it. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to lay any papers on the score lines on the die, no felt, no nothing. So I was really happy about that. Anyway, I got it cut out. I did my ink blending. I looked at it and I'm going, okay, now let's try stamping. So I had this real pretty feather stamp, and well, no, I guess it's a pine bough stamp. Anyway, I stamped it on there with a real subtle ink, and I thought, oh, that looks real pretty. I wonder what would happen if I embossed on it. So I took I had a glue pen, and I just dabbed some places on it and put some embossing powder, and I embossed on it. Well, then I got to wondering, well, what would happen if I sprayed it with, what is that stuff? Sheer Shimmer Craft Spray. Sheer Shimmer craft spray. This is the best stuff since paper napkins. It's awesome. It'll make anything shine. So I sprayed that. Well, then I decided, well, I better treat it so that none of this comes off. So I sprayed it with hairspray. That's how I finish stuff. So then I made me some little books to go in it, some little signatures. I had created some papers on Canva. And so I printed out my papers and I made me some little signatures, and I put them in there, and then I made my little closure. And I just love this little thing. So let me hold it up closer so you can see. It's teensy. Look at that. It'll fit right in your purse, and you've got instant note paper. Instant note paper. It took me all of 10 minutes. The thing that took the longest was the little signatures inside. So I love that. Couldn't wait to show y'all that. Then I made 2 journals, one for my son and one for a friend who doesn't know she's getting this yet. So I made these using my Eileen Hull dies. This is a cork fabric that I ordered off of Amazon. This was before I realized that I had a special code at Scrappy Shack. So I used double-sided sticky sheets, and I bonded 2, front and back, and ran them through my die cutting machine. And then I made little books. I did some very sloppy stamping. Not my best stamping jobs at all. And then this little one-page wonder I had watched a lady on YouTube make, and I wish I could remember her name. I hope I saved the video. But I made this. Now she took double-sided tape and stuck down so you get this nice straight line, and then she put glitter on it, and y'all, it doesn't come off. So I tried that. I really like that. So anyway, here's the one-page wonder. I put a refillable little notepad in there, and let's see, can I get it to, yep, there it goes. Turn that page. It's got some pockets here. It's got a pocket here. It's got a double pocket here. So I put that in there. I just thought that just dressed it up a little bit. So I'm going to slide that back in there. There's room for another signature if you wanted to. This one's got 3 signatures, and I believe they've got 80 pages each in there. So lots of journaling space there. And then I had, Mama and I had gone to Hobby Lobby, I think, or maybe Mike and I were in Hobby Lobby, and I got these real pretty cross dangles. So I put one of those on there. So then this one is for my son, and it's basically the same thing, only I used a little more manly type of paper for his signatures. He's a plumber, so I put him some graph paper in there so maybe he could graph out some stuff, and put some lined paper so maybe he could jot some things down. This was white elastic. I took brown acrylic paint and watered it down and ran my elastic through there, so voila, I had brown elastic to match because it started out white, and it worked just fine. So there are those 2. Now this is what I have worked on this week. This took me Monday and Tuesday. This is a kit that I got from Scrappy Shack. There was an online class that came with the kit, and it was taught by Diane McMeekin of Crafting Fury. And so I finally got around. I've had the kit for a couple of months. I finally got around to making the book. It's indigo blue. They made the kits up for Scrappy Shack. It's a wooden book, which I really, really liked. That's pretty nice. So we in the class. She taught us how to stencil, how to use crackle paste. I'd never used crackle paste before. That was fun. And we painted. They had 2 or 3 bottles of paint that came with the kit, and then you got this really great cotton paper. That was really nice. And then you used your own papers to beef up the signatures a little bit. So I did that. I finished that up on Tuesday, and I really liked it. And I just had some plain old scrapbook paper, and I just inked up the edges and everything. I had a lot of fun making this one. So that is what I've been up to. The next video I've got 2 videos I've got to make. I want to do one using one of the stencils from Sizzix, the new art stencils. I had done a video of it with paint. I want to remake that video using inks and see if I can do something better. I was disappointed in my ability to stencil using paint at the time that I did that, so I want to remake that. And I've got to do my November's card subscription box from Scrappy Shack. I got to make a card with that, but I've also got to get on to some of my Alta classes and get some things submitted there because I want to finish that up. But this is, I've had a busy week. I made 50 cards last week, I think it was 50 cards. Then I made this journal. I made my little bitty journal. These other two I finished up and got them done, so they're ready to go out in the mail. And I just had tons and tons of creative fun. So I really want to thank you for joining me today for this very quick little YouTube video. And like I said, I appreciate every one of you. If you would consider subscribing, I would greatly appreciate that. Please drop your comments below if you have any. Thank you again for joining me, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.